So, my new Persimmon home, 2 days later. Just in the house at the moment, looking through some other things. As you can see from the side of the garage, I have 2 separate mortars on the garage, one near black and one very light grey. Persimmon site managers have explained that this is due to the bricks being wet. However, the contractor they brought in who built it actually has explained to the site manager in front of me that it's 2 different kinds of mortar and shouldn't be done. Okay, so moving on to the rest of the house. You can't see from the side here, but if we just move outside in a second, I'll have to get the keys in a second. This whole wall and the joint surrounding this, as you can see, there's watermarks and there's mould coming through, which I've already cleared away once. Watermarks all the way along the ceiling and the joint. That is due to the lintel outside being not only installed correctly, but installed on a bent angle. The lintel was damaged before it came into the build, which means this whole wall going from this corner straight across above the door, straight across to that joint, and due to the shape of the house, another 3 or 4 foot away from that joint, which is roughly a 30 to 40 degree angle, all has to be taken down with the upstairs of the house propped up on acros, with all the brickwork being required to be pulled down and redone. We'll show you that a little bit later. So moving through the living room, interior seems to be appropriate at the moment. However, there's 2 lights in the living room, one of which turns on the main switch. This one, actually, I have to basically leave it turned off at the electric box to the fact that it's basically not linked up to the switch, so it stays on as long as the breaker is on. Okay, so moving through, we're just going to pop into the downstairs toilet. This is an Afan build, which means it's the corner build house. Small snags like chips out of the door, but behind the toilet, as you can see, they've just basically smashed the ground up, put the pipe through and left as it is. So moving into the hallway, I've so far scraped away quite a lot of glue marks, but as you can see, I've got a thick foam wood glue pulsing out of quite a lot of the steps, which I've removed so far quite a bit. And the closet under the stairs, can't see it very well on this, but basically the reason that's quite dark is because it's all damp. To which they've explained to me it's been drying out for weeks. However, this was dry 2 days ago. It is today and last night raining and damp again. As you can see, you've just got the line going roughly from the bottom right hand corner to the top left corner. So moving through, dining room. Pretty solid build in the dining room, not massive complaints, small snags on paintwork. Kitchen area, moving in, again, pretty decent. However, handles only screwed in on the top, just there. Integrated fridge has not been sealed properly, it's completely out and there's escape. Look into the sink. All these scuffs I have tried to remove with various different products and various different methods. The scuffs can't come out, and I've been told the sink needs replacing. However, if we just look down the side, as you can see here, there's barely any seal. And this is currently sitting about 4 mm above the work surface. However, if we look at the other side, nothing. Perfectly flat and looking pretty good, so it's uneven. Okay, so like I said, some other small snags in the kitchen. Nothing too dramatic, apart from, that's a beautiful bit of plumbing work. As you can see, it fills the whole cupboard. However, if the build was done correctly, I've had some plumbers explain to me, the tap here could easily be at the back. We've got a joint coming up here with multiple different joints that are not required. It's a simple case of the user standard fitting, and if you don't use the joints, basically it's left as it is. There's supposed to be a shelf in here, as you can see from the hooks. No shelf provided. They've said it can't fit due to the pipe work, which shouldn't be left as it is in the first place. So again, we've got a standard cooker and the likes of. If you bear with me, I'm just going to grab the keys to the patio doors and just let us outside so I can demonstrate the damage and the issue with the wall. So if we look outside here, as I explained earlier with the lintel, you can see the lintel is actually rising on the one side by roughly ½ inch. and the lintel is bent, which can need replacing. And then similarly, if we look at the wall here, I've had 3 engineers and some construction. The site manager disagreed, but the actual construction manager said this all needs to come down. As you can see in there, you can see straight through and see the lining of the house. Okay, to give you a rough idea, and this goes all the way up the join due to the shape of the house. So what the building manager said is all this wall here, across, past the join, up around the door, all this is going to have to come down and be supported by acros while being built. Okay, so we're just coming back inside the house now. We're just going to make our way upstairs. Okay, I'll just show here, it's a very small one, but basically as you can see,